This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. You've tuned into Radical Riddimz. It's your girl, Princess Playa, here giving you the gospel, reggae, dancehall, soca, and afrobeats. It's just me on my lonesome without Brother Benji. He is home resting, and we'll talk all about that in a few. But if you are new to this station, we are on SPRLIVEFM.com. Radical Riddimz every Sunday from 3 until 5 p.m. Myself, Princess Playa, and Brother Benji host this show. And we are live on YouTube, so you can head on over to our YouTube channel. Streaming Praise Radio, subscribe, hit like, notification bell, all of that good stuff. And you can come into our chat. Our Radical Riddimers are on there on a regular every week, just chatting it up and listening to some good tunes. So let's get this show going with Nan McLean, Glad Woman. I played this last week and I had to play it again this week. Woo! Right here, SPRLIVEFM.com, Radical Riddimz.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Lord. Jesus came into my life early one Sunday morning. He said, woman, what you doing? Take up your bed and walk. I was going through some trials and tribulation, too much frustration. Yeah, you see I'm running and I'm jumping and I'm skipping and I can't stand still. You might say that I'm a mad woman. No, yeah. I'm just a glad woman, feeling the spirit of the Holy Ghost. Yes, I'm just a glad woman. I'm running and I'm jumping and I'm skipping and I can't stand still. See, I was so all alone, my life turned upside down. Yeah, nothing to eat, almost to live on the street. Yeah, I lay flat on my back and I said, oh Lord, what's next? I cried out to Jesus and he heard my cry. So you see, I'm not a mad woman. No, yeah. I'm just a glad woman, feeling the spirit of the Holy Ghost. Hey, I'm not a mad woman. No. Yeah. Because I'm running and I'm jumping and I'm skipping and I can't stand still. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, Jesus came into my life early one Sunday morning. He said, woman, what you doing? Take up your bed and walk. Whoa. See, I was going through some trials and tribulation, too much frustration. Now I'm running and I'm jumping and I'm skipping and I can't stand still. You might say that I'm a mad woman. No, yeah. I'm just a glad woman, feeling the spirit of the Holy Ghost. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, I am a glad woman. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I'm running and I'm jumping and I'm Christ, not pleased with your ways. Accept him and be born again. Believe me when I say that Jesus Christ, not pleased with your ways. Accept him and be born again. These are some serious times when people sitting on the bed and watching TVN, cause they fear, they scared. What's next? What's next? Holding the rosary in the palm, the Bible on some, and the candle in their hand. But no Jesus in their heart. Believe me when I say that Jesus Christ not pleased with your ways. Accept him and be born again. Believe me when I say that Jesus Christ not pleased with your ways. Accept him and be born again. Disasters and sickness on the earth. You're only complaining but you never go to church. You see what's going on? What's going on? You're looking for a sign in the sky, but really and truly you're spiritually blind. You need to open up your heart. Believe me when I say Jesus Christ not pleased with your ways. Accept him and be born again. Believe me when I say that Jesus Christ not pleased with your ways. Accept him and be born again. What does it profit a man to win the whole world and to lose his own soul? But you're lying and you're sinning, doing things on your own, holding on to the things of this world. So I bring forth this song for you today to tell you Jesus is the only way. He's the truth and the life. In him shall you prosper, and that's no lie. Believe me when I say, believe me when I say, oh, believe me when I say that Jesus Christ is not pleased with your ways. Can't let all this baggage keep on weighing me down, weighing me down.
to give a shout out to one of my Radical Riddimers, Sister Raquel. Shout out to you. You said, happy relaxed Sunday. It definitely is a relaxed Sunday. That song right there by Afolake, Satisfy. Oh, that song was just relaxing. I felt like I was at a beach and you're just hearing the water and just maybe a lake. That's not really beach. That's more a lake, and you're hearing the birds and all that. And I'm also very relaxed today, chill, kind of tired because of yesterday. Before I get into that, blessings to Brother Benji in the chat. Blessings to Sister Faye and DJ Analyst. Of course, Sister Raquel, shout you out. All you guys, my Radical Riddimers are in the house. Just waiting for Sister Shireen to chime in, and then we're all set. I have my regulars. So if you are listening, this is SPRLIVEFM.com, Radical Riddimz, your girl Princess Playa, missing my co-host, Brother Benji, today. Yesterday, our station, SPRLIVEFM.com, presented by Streaming Praise Radio, we had a annual virtual concert, our organ donor awareness virtual benefit concert. We had it yesterday. It was live on YouTube. It is on our YouTube channel. If you missed it, you can always go back and watch it. You can watch it umpteen times. You can watch it as many times as you want because it will always be there. You can watch the one that we had last year because it is still there. We not take it down, but we had it yesterday and it was awesome. Shout out to Reverend Denise who hosted the show. She actually hosts one of our shows Thursday nights at 9 p.m. My Divine Appointment, and she hosted the show yesterday and did a fantabulous job. Fantabulous. We had fun here in the studio. It was lots of planning. Shout out to Lady J, who was, the both of us put this thing together and emailing. She more emailing than me. And just planning everything. And I thank God that he got us through it. I thank God he got us through it. And it was a successful event. So we were raising funds. As I said, it was a benefit concert, organ donor awareness benefit concert. So we were making awareness to organ transplant, organ donation. And we're also raising funds. Last year, we raised money for the Canadian Liver Foundation. And this year, we're raising money for the Canadian Transplant Association. So with that so far, yesterday, we raised $605. Now, if you are hearing me, and you have not donated financially as yet, you still have time. We are accepting financial contributions all week up until November 27th, Saturday, November 27th. You can go to our website, SPRLIVEFM.com. You can hit donate and donate through that way, PayPal. You can also, if you're a Canadian resident, you have a Canadian account. Let me put it that way. If you have a Canadian account, you can send an e-transfer to info@streamingpraiseradio.com. No amount is too big and no amount is too small. Send whatever you can to this worthy cause. Let me tell you a little bit about it. I actually have the script here from last night. I'm going to find it here and tell you a little bit about the association. Let me find it. I know it's here. This is like spontaneous. Here it is. What is the Canadian Transplant Association? It was created in 1987 to raise awareness about organ donation and celebrate the success of transplants in saving lives. They are a registered nonprofit organization comprised of transplant recipients, athletes, and volunteers dedicated to promoting organ donation through public advocacy and events, including the Canadian Transplant Games and World Transplant Games. They are also a support network offering programs to help donors and recipients live full lives after transplantation. I like this. Every year we want to reach out to different organ transplant associations and companies and stuff like that. And we want to hit all aspects of it. So you have those that are waiting for donation. You have those that are going through it, that it's on its way. And then you have those who the afterwards, because once you are a donor recipient, and you've already had the operation, you received the donation, the organ, it's not over. It's not over. There's a lot more to it afterwards, you know. There's a lot more to it. I have a friend of mine who received a liver transplant, and it's changed her life totally, you know. Yes, she has a second chance at life. She almost died, but you're still on medication. You still have to go to the hospital. You still have down days. Some days you end up in the hospital. So, and sometimes you feel like your life is like at a standstill. You can't do anything, you know. So you need that support system from people who have been through it and help you through it. And, you know, some people can't afford the medication afterwards. You know, I've heard her tell me stories about people that can't afford medication. So guess what? They may need another transplant. Maybe the organ that they got, it's not, you know, working to the potential it could have if they could afford it, the medication and the care and all that stuff. So that's why we went to help this organization, this association, and next year we'll help more. But you can still give. As I said, go to our website and donate. You can hit any one of us as well. If you have my number, if you have Claremont's number, if you have DJ Analyst, Lady J, Brother Benji, Reverend Denise, anybody that you know that is a part of Streaming Praise Radio, and you just want to put the money in their hand or something like that to give, because some people aren't computer savvy, and I recognize that. Then you can do that and let them know that it is for this worthy cause. You have up until Saturday, November 27th. Let's hit a bigger target than what we hit last year. We are almost there, $125 away from $730. Thank you so much, Sister Faye. She says you all did a fantabulous job. Thank you so much. The team did an awesome job last night. Everything was good. The concert was well. I thank all the artists that was a part of it, that lent their talents and their time to do this event, you know, and even the information that was given. You know what? I'm gonna go into some music. I'm gonna go chat. Me could have chat. The second half, I will talk. The next segment, I will talk more about the show and different aspects of it. Let's get back into some music. But I see you, Sister Shireen. I'm going to give you your shout out. Hey, family. How is everyone doing? Coming with our sunshine. Okay, yeah, you're always coming about this time, so I expect you around 3:30. Yes. Yes, blessings to you all. Sister Faye, I see you all that partying last night. Yeah, all that partying last night. That's why I am so tired. I just feel like I just want to stretch out and have a day. So I kind of did that today. Stayed with my mommy. She's not too far from here, so I stayed with her instead of going all the way home, and relaxed for the day. So maybe I'll relax tomorrow. But yes, let's get into the music. You're listening to SPRLIVEFM.com. It's your girl, Princess Playa, for Radical Riddimz. We're here until 5 p.m. Let's get into some music. A7. Let's listen to this worship medley. I just want to see his face. Jesus, I love you. Right here on SPRLIVEFM.com.
Whoa. Well, it's the man like Nathan and the man like Alan. And the version. Come for tell you about the man with the plan before the world began. Whoa. Who was, who is, and who is to come. The first, the last, the future and the past. The beginning and the end. So sing now, my friend. Who is the man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Who is the man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. J-E-S-U-S. He's the Christ, the Messiah. Emmanuel, God is with us. He's the King of Kings.
tribe of Judah. Yes. Who is the man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Who is the man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man.
Born in Bethlehem of Galilee, healed the sick and he raised the dead. How he walked up on the sea, turned the water to wine. He gave sight to the blind, and then he died way back on Mount Calvary.
Jesus is the man. Who is the man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Oh, yeah. Who is the man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Jesus, the Christ, the Messiah. Emmanuel, God is with us. Oh, yeah. He's the King of Kings. He's the Lord of Lords. Yeah. The conquering lion from the tribe of Judah. Who is the man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Yes, he is. Who is that man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Jesus is the man. Oh, yeah. Who is the man? He's the man with the plan. Jesus is the man. Yeah.
He's the man. He's the man with the
Louis, money no long time. Sterling, give me the one line. Say what you mean and do what you say. Hey, it's not the label, it's the life. It's not the title, not the Bible that you're holding in your hand. What is in your heart? You can't really fool people just by going to the steeple. Story time. Need ministry so divine. Vibes are no deadline, but lives on the red line. The spirit of joy and kindness and goodness, enough basket to belt around. Fruits like great, enough man could see it, but like we take around the town. When people hungry, don't do them that. Give them good meat and don't turn your back. Fruit of the spirit, man, you have to have that. Man, you have to have that. It's not the label, it's the life. It's not the title, not the Bible that you're holding in your hand. But what is in your heart? You can't really fool people when you're watching on your phone. It's not the label, it's the life. Are you a light? Are you a disciple? Or a full of cheese? What is in your heart? It's about loving God's people, not just going to a steeple. Seek yours and give more and is the cause and the cure and how could you love a God you cannot see and not love humanity? Cause if you do it for the least of these, you're doing it to me. It's how you're moving, no. Guys, what really comes when your lifestyle is not for sure. Heaven will take a call. Did you see the need? Filling all the blanks. The hungry that you feed, the clothing on the back. How many believe? Cause they see ya. It's not the label, it's the life. It's not the title, not the Bible that you're holding in your hand. But what is in your heart? You can't really fool people when you're watching on your move. It's not the label, it's the life. Are you a light? Are you a disciple? Or a full of cheese? What is in your heart? It's about loving God's people, not just going to a state.
man tell us a life too short, you know.
Too short.
The Bible says Jesus died, forgive me life and life more abundant, you know.
That's why we have to live up, yeah.
So me I go live my life in a style. Yes I, yeah. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Get up every day and live my life. Christ died on the cross for me life. You can't stay there and watch my life. Stop it. Me clothes clean and me shoes well nice. Put on me clothes and me step out the road. Any cologne and now I fit and forge. Me now I fi have a car, take the bus. Yes, sir. Watch who your power with no outfit. Just me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. As a youth, me say me no fi satisfied. Yeah man. Now say me soul I go bust no pipe. No sir. Me work and some I go enjoy myself. Go to the movies, me no buckle pan shelf. No. Life too short, me I go enjoy myself. Yeah man. That no say me I go innocent thing. No. Them the ways, them me put it in a bin. Yeah man. Link up my friend them over there so make we sing. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Yeah, me answer no man. You see if you do good, people talk. You see if you do bad, people talk same way. So here one man, just live your life, yeah son, just live it for God. You see me I say, yeah man, yeah.
Was I and a victim of sin? I was always locked up in jail. I sat in the dark, screaming for help, but no one would stand to my bail. As the years rolled by, I thought I would die. Just a little bit of tears left to cry. Then one night I heard a sweet voice say, my child, all hope is not gone. I went to the tree way back at Calvary, and I tried to set in my plea. Here's what he told me: shake off your shackles, loose all your fetters, and walk along this valley with me. Don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how I feel. You don't know how I feel to be free. I am the one who've been boned. I've been oppressed, depressed, and enslaved. But Jesus, my Savior, He's our deliverer. He has done a marvelous restoring on me. He has bound up my wounds, dry all my tears. Jehovah Shammah, He is always there. He is always there. When I look at my hands, they were looking new. My mind, my feet, my heart, all over me. Why don't you shake off your shackles and walk along this valley with me? Why don't you shake off your shackles and your shackles, loose all your fetters, and walk along this valley with me. Why don't you shake off your shackles and walk along this valley with me? You don't know how I feel. You don't know. No, no, no. You don't know how I feel. You don't know. You don't know how I feel to be free. You don't know. You don't know how I feel. No, no, no. You don't know how I feel. You don't know. You don't know how I feel to be free. To be free. You don't know how I feel. You don't know how I feel. You don't know how I feel to be free. I am free. You don't know how I feel. You don't know, no, no, you don't know how I feel. You don't know, you don't know, you don't know how I feel to be free, to be free.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can enjoy an inspirational word, commentary, special interviews, and a whole lot of gospel music from Streaming Praise Radio, SPR Live.
Streaming Praise Radio, SBR Live. It's your girl, Princess Playa, right here for Radical Riddimz. Missing Brotha Benji, but we're here every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. giving you the best in gospel reggae, dancehall, soca, afrobeats, all that good stuff. And if you missed it yesterday, we had our second annual organ donor awareness virtual benefit concert. It's a long tongue twister of a title, but every word is important. And we had an awesome time. And I was just talking about it in the first segment. It was a lot of planning. And you know, whenever you do an event, it's always tiring. So, and I'm not a spring chicken, and I was doing a lot of dancing, okay, during the intermission and even the outro with the DJs. Big up DJ Benji, Brotha Benji, and DJ Analyst. Yes. Oh my goodness. It was, yeah, I was dancing up a storm. And I have to big up the visionary who was handling all the sound and all the everything and running around and saying, "Oh, what's going on? What? I don't understand. What is this? Can you go upstairs?" And running upstairs, running downstairs, listening to this, listening to that. And I'm like, okay, all right. Checking this. Can you check that? Okay. So big up to Claremont Humphrey for handling all of that, and the cameras and all that stuff over here in the studio. It was a good time. But before we went into the music just a while ago, I was talking about the show, and I was about to get into some specifics about it. There was a lot of information that was given, and I think the most informative was Dr. Deborah's presentation. Now, one thing I learned about this that I did not know, I didn't know until we were planning everything. I thought, I wonder what is the most common organ transplant that happens, you know? And I found out it was the kidney. So that's why we had Dr. Deborah talk about the kidney, the function of the kidney, and how to maintain a healthy kidney, because that is the most common organ transplant. So I'll read this little blurb for you. In 2019, there were 1,789 kidney transplants in Canada, accounting for the majority of single organ transplants, 58%. Other organs transplanted included 610 livers, 212 hearts, 404 lungs, and 68 pancreases. Worldwide, the kidneys are the most commonly transplanted organs, followed by the liver and then the heart. I found that very interesting, you know, because many of us, if you think, many of us can think about somebody who either died of kidney failure or who has kidney failure or who had kidney failure, who needs a kidney transplant. You don't realize that it's so common, you know. And she talked about how big the kidney is, you know. I was always thinking that the kidney was almost as big as the lungs, but she said it's 6 centimeters by what she said, 6 by 15. No, that is big. 6 by 15 is pretty big still. 6 centimeters by 15 centimeters. Yeah, but then again, I don't know how big the lung is. I was always thinking the lungs are like from up underneath your collarbone right down to like almost your stomach. That's what I'm thinking the lungs are. Are they not that big? I don't know. You know, maybe I should look into it. But I was always thinking the lungs, the kidneys were almost just as big, but they're not as big. But the thing is, we have two, and if kidney transplant is so common, maybe people can look into giving, at least, you know, finding out if they can give one, if they have the ability to, you know. It's something to think about. Organ transplant is a major decision, major undertaking for the person that is donating. It is something definitely you have to think about. You definitely have to look into for yourself if you're even able to, because a lot of us walk with some illnesses and we don't even know. But it was 6 by 11, the size of your fist. Oh, okay, yes, she did say something about fist. Yeah, 6 by 11 centimeters. So like, okay. But they also say I heard them say Brotha Benji says the kidney is 6 by 11, the size of our fist, centimeters. 6 centimeters by 11 centimeters. Yeah, I remember her saying the size of your fist. But I remember growing up, the rule of thumb was that your heart, if you put it in you put your hand in a fist, that's the shape of your heart, you know? And I kind of tend to believe it. And I think that's the size of it too. I think, again, I don't know. I don't know. But the shape of it, I could see that, you know? But it's interesting stuff when you think about, you know, we're on a Christian show. We're talking about gospel music and all this, and when you think about how God put our bodies together and the things, we have 2 kidneys, we have a liver that can grow back if we give pea-site, we have 2 lungs, we have you know, just certain cells, how they grow, how the body functions, the function of each organ and all of that. And when you think of it, and when you hear the psalmist say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, it's amazing, you know, it's amazing. And there's certain things that we can do to enhance that and better it. And, you know, the Bible also talks about that this is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and we have to maintain it and look after it, you know. And I'm not being judgmental or anything like that, because me are the last person to talk about the temple of the Holy Spirit, because I don't handle this temple as I should. And I think many of us don't, but it was very enlightening. And, you know, you always hear the saying that says, prevention is better than cure. So that's why we want to have Dr. Deborah talk about the kidneys as it being the most common organ transplant. And she talked about just maintenance. So if you missed that, you can go again. As I said, it's on our YouTube channel. You're here now. Well, if you're listening, YouTube channel is Streaming Praise Radio. And go to our 2nd annual virtual concert, which was yesterday. Watch it. You can watch that segment with Dr. Deborah. Very informative. Also, yesterday, we paid tribute to a dear friend of Streaming Praise Radio, George Marcello. He was a part of our concert last year, and he is a huge advocate. You can say also an activist for 25 years, I believe it was, for organ donation in Canada. He walked across Canada raising money. I think it was 12,000 kilometers in 796 days. He's met people, Pope John Paul II. He's met Jean Chrétien, that is a former Prime Minister of Canada. Stephen Harper received... oh my gosh, he's received plaques. He's raised money. I think it was $120 million. He's been on the news. He's been all over. And anyways, he passed away this year in June, and we had a tribute video for him. We asked his brother to come and give some words and talk about his brother and his legacy, and that was awesome too. So you want to go and check that out if you missed it yesterday, or if you want to see it again, you can watch it again. It'll be there. Remember, donations we're still receiving until Saturday, November 27th. No amount is too big, no amount is too small. Go to our website, hit the donation tab, and donate. Alternatively, if you are a Canadian resident, or if you have a Canadian bank account, I think once you have a Canadian bank account, you're good. You can e-transfer to info@streamingpraiseradio.com. That's info@streamingpraiseradio.com. As I said, no amount is too large, no amount is too small. We're at 6 as of yesterday. I don't know where we're at today. I'm just going off the numbers yesterday. I wasn't updated with what we have now, but we're at $605, so $125 away from the amount that we had yesterday, and we're giving to the Canadian Transplant Association. My people in the chat, yes, Sister Shireen, yes, the presentation was great and informative. And you said, it is so amazing how God created our bodies, isn't it? Man, 2 hand, 2 foot, I'm trying to think, if we were created any other way, would we just be okay with, like, if our foot was on our head or our head was on our side, would that make, like, would we be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, because we're used to how this body is. We're like, yeah, that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I'm getting into a rabbit hole now. I was about to jump somewhere. I was watching Star Trek yesterday. So how you guys know Star Trek, and how Star Trek is it's one of those shows. They have different aliens and whatever. And so no, was it Star Trek? Yes, it was Star Trek. And Spock he's half human, half Vulcan. Now he had an injury, and Bones was there to help him, but he's like, Spock was concerned, and Bones said, I understand. From what I understand from Vulcans, their heart is where humans' liver is, and your liver is where human heart is. And I was like, okay. But I mean, I know it's science fiction, right? But then I always think these things, like, if we didn't know what we know now, would we think that it was okay to have, like, your lungs on the outside of your body, or your hands on your hip as opposed to coming from your shoulder? Would we think that, oh yeah, that looks fine? I don't know. Anyways. Sister Faith says, okay, Princess Play, that's a creepy body. I know, but then you have to think, it's because we're used to this, how this body looks. It could be, the other way around. And then if we see somebody who's like this, we're like, no, you look creepy. That's why when I see people who are, I can watch TV shows, documentaries that have people who are what they call deformed, and how they have certain deformities. I can watch that because you just never know. Anybody could end up like that, and in another world, maybe that would be normal. Anyways, I'm going on a different rabbit hole and all that. But it's life, and these things happen, and I'm not quick to look at somebody and judge them on their bodies, but I just wonder about some things. But the show, lastly, before we get into some more music, we had a guest on there, Miriam Sinclair Dwyer. A lot of people call her, she's known as Mimi in Toronto. And good afternoon, Jenny Watts. Good afternoon. And she is looking for an organ donation, an organ transplant, a kidney and pancreas. She has the pancreas there apparently, but she can't get that until she gets the kidney transplant, apparently. So we are praying and believing that she will get that transplant. She's been told that she's the first on the list. She's first on the list, number one on the list, but she's been number one on the list for a few months now. We're hoping that her Christmas gift will be that God will give her that gift of life and give her a kidney. That would be such an awesome thing. We're waiting to hear that testimony from her and that all is well. We can never walk in the shoes. We could never understand what it is to walk in the shoes of somebody who's living with waiting for an organ donation and knowing that their organ is failing and going through the dialysis as she goes through 3 times a week. And, remember those people, when you're having an off day or something like that, remember those people. It no so bad, it no so rough. Other people have it more rough than you, But keep her in your prayers, Miriam Sinclair Dwyer. We're hoping and believing that she will get that organ donation for sure. What are you saying, Sister Faye? Thanks. I'll keep it just the way on a serious note. I know what you mean. Oh, about the bodies being made differently. Yeah. You feel me. As long as you feel what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. Anyways, let's get back into the music and we'll come back with some other news that I've been wanting to talk about for 3 weeks. And every week, it's like I don't get a chance to bring it up. But this time I am going to because there's more stuff on that topic. So let's get back into the music with Royal Priesthood. Rise, rise, rise. I just came up into this song, Rise, right here on SPRLIVEFM.com. Radical Riddimz.
I will arise and praise. I will arise. I will arise. Decoder. I will arise and praise.
From the east to the west to the north to the south, nobody there like come. And from my left to my right to my front to my back, nobody there like come. And from the rising of the sun to the going down the same, nobody there like come. Make it they give me guitar, make I they praise his name. Nobody there like come. Minimum B.I.G. Sewa. Minimum B.I.G. Sewa. Minimum B.I.G. Sewa. Minimum B.I.G. Sewa. You're the only King of Kings and the only Lord of Lords. You're the King of tribe of Judah. I will rise and give you praise. You're the only King of Kings and the only Lord of Lords. You're the King of tribe of Judah. I will rise and give you praise, 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 praise. Rise and give you praise, 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 praise. Rise and give you praise.
I will arise. I will arise. I will arise. I will arise and praise. I will arise. I will arise. I will arise. I will arise and praise. I will arise. I will arise. I will arise. I will arise and praise. I will arise. I will arise. I will arise. I will arise and praise and make all of una stand out direct. Salute my papa 'cause he be the best. I beg, not true, no be today. Oh. That's why I the one shout. Aware to the devil in the tummy appear. Devil go back, what did they want for here? The Almighty be the only one for here. Where I they tell you say it be true. Anytime there are troubles against me, Papa for the soul is ready to rescue. Anytime when they think of his mercy, it dey make my mind a color. Anytime there are troubles against me, Papa for the soul is ready to rescue. Anytime when they think of his mercy, it dey make my mind a color. I want to dance, I wanna dance like David to dance. I want praise, I want to praise like David to praise. I want to dance,
Every man I'm a one God, them man I'm a two God, I'm a only two God. See, when I go wrong, when I do the wrong thing, they lash me, they beat me well. But when I'm going gas off and I don't know what to do, even here they call. See, and when I go down on my knees and I call upon His name, they come down quickly. One, every man I'm a one God, them man I'm a two God, them a only true God.
I'm so very happy and I feel like dancing, cause you made me victorious, made me win, and you set me free from the enemy. I would sing, I would dance, I would praise His name. So I dey call him Baba, I dey call him Igwe, I dey call him Oga. So I dey call him Baba, I dey call him Igwe, I dey call him Oga. I will arise and praise my Lord. I will arise and give Him praise. I will arise and praise my Lord. I will arise and give Him praise. I will arise, I will arise, I will arise, I will arise and praise. I will arise, I will arise, I will arise, I will arise and praise. I will arise, I will arise, I will arise, I will arise and praise. I will arise, I will arise, I will arise, I will arise and praise. I will arise, I will arise, I will arise, I will arise and praise. I will arise, I will arise, I will arise, I will arise and praise. I will arise, I will arise, I will arise, I will arise and praise. I will arise, I will arise, I will arise, I will arise and praise.
A new day has dawned from the Father of above.
New day dawns from up above. A day of mercy, a day of love. Light of the world, such joy He brings.
into the Wonder Woman Riddimz right here on SPRLIVEFM.com.
He will turn up just in time. Cause if I know he will take care of you, all your needs he will supply. So I will try my revenge. When I feel like I can't go on, no, not any pain is just too strong. Your friends running over, your love running over. I will look up to the hills, cause I know you're with me still. Your love running over, your grace running over me. When I feel like I can't go on, any pain is just too strong. Your friends running over, your love running over. I will look up to the hills, cause I know you're with me still. Your love running over, your grace running over me. He's the same today, tomorrow. Yeah, he has promised to take all your sorrow. Let him be all you need. All you need, he's all I need. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the flowers of the field, plentiful in spring. He will turn up just in time. By faith, I know he will take care of you. All your needs, he will supply. I will lift my hands to the sky. Hey, when I feel like I can't go on, and the pain is just too strong. Your face running over, your love running over. Oh, I will look up to the hills, cause I know you're with me still. Your love running over, your grace running over me. When I feel like I can't go on, and the pain is just too strong. Your grace running over, your love running over, your joy running over, your peace running over, your strength running over me. Just too strong, your grace running over, your love running over. I will look up to the hills, cause I know you're with me still. Your love running over, your grace running over me.
This joy that inside of me like I'm born again. My heart it beating, moving like a choo-choo train. All things are new again, new wine and skins again. I choose to live again. Here I come back once again. I will never give up. If I fall, I get up. It's just something about me. And I don't have no shame when you're calling my name. Say what you want about me. I just keep it moving, keep my head up on the cross. Cause when I was down, he gave me a song, and I will continue on. Again and again, I come back again. I fall down again, and I get up again. Jesus is the same, his name I proclaim. Again and again, the clouds are moving, the sun come out again. This joy that inside of me like I'm born again. My heart it beating, moving like a choo-choo train. All things are new again, new wine and skins again. I choose to live again. Here I come back once again. Who say I slipping, and some say I tripping, and others say I sinning. I see she's sinning, and who say you're faking. You're good for nothing, but I keep on fighting. I keep on fighting. I come back again, and I get up again. Jesus is the same, his name I proclaim. The clouds are moving, the sun come out again. This joy that inside of me like I'm born again. My heart it beating, moving like a choo-choo train. All things are new again, new wine and skins again. I choose to live again. Here I come back once again. Again and again. G-A-I-N, again and again.
Just get on your feet and praise him. Lift up your hands and praise him. Turn around and praise him. Stomp your feet and praise him. Start to dance and praise him. Get gonna do? Just give him your best praise. Don't you turn your back on him. Just surrender to the king. What you really telling yourself? Get on your feet and praise him. Lift up your hands and praise him. Turn around and praise him. Stomp your feet and praise him. Stamp your hands and praise him. Get on your feet and praise him. Lift up your hands and praise him. Turn around and 1, 2, 3, say. Praise him in the morning. Praise him in the evening. Praise him in the night time. Praise him while you have life. Oh God, you are the song of my life. My hope is in you. Ultra bright, you say. Praise him, in a lazy. My God, it's amazing. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. Right through, it's anointed. We say nobody. We say nobody. Nobody can stop my praise. We shall hurt until you say. After all is done for you, how he brought you through. So what you gonna do? Just give him the best praise. Don't you turn your back on him. Just surrender to the king. What you really telling your whole self? Get on your feet and praise him. Lift up your hands and praise him. Turn around and praise him. Stomp your feet and praise him. Start the dance and praise him. Get on your feet and praise him. Lift up your hands and praise him. Turn around and praise him. Just praise him in the morning. Praise him in the evening. Praise him in the night time. Praise him while you have life. Oh God, you are the song of my life. My hope is in you. Right now, come, praise the Lord. Everybody come praise the Lord. Mr. Come, praise the Lord. Right now, you have to praise the Lord. You are the song of my life. My hope is in you.
Coming to you live 24 hours, 7 days a week. You are listening to Streaming Praise Radio, first internet Christian broadcasting station operating in Toronto, Canada. You are listening to Streaming Praise Radio.
Yes, you're listening to Streaming Praise Radio, SPRLIVEFM.com. Your girl Princess Playa giving you the radical rhythms today. And that's so fittingly, we heard from Ayana Solomon, Nigella, Under the Blood, Nisha Woods with Running Over, Nisa, again, Samantha Johnson, Praise Him. And that, my friends, is the Wonder Woman rhythm track. Wonder Woman rhythm track. And I was listening to it and just thinking about what we were talking about right before I went into this. We were talking about our sister in the Lord, Miriam Sinclair Dwyer, who is awaiting a transplant. And I was reading the comments in the chat. I have the wrong mouse in front of me. I was looking at the comments. Sister Shireen had said something that I have never met Sister Miriam, but I've seen her through, we've had the Zoom chats and all that stuff. But Sister Shireen says, Mimi always smiles regardless of what's happening. When I visited her in the hospital some time back, she was smiling from ear to ear. She even encouraging me, such a sweet spirit. Yes, and she said, I've known her a few years. She is also a part of Jesus in the City. See, those kind of people, you don't know. People are walking around, you don't know what their health issues are. She's here walking around and people don't know that she is desperately looking for, and she's not keeping it quiet, she's looking for a kidney donor. And that is a Wonder Woman, a woman that can continue, that has all this opposition against her, and rises above that and smiles and can encourage people while they're themselves going through hardship. That is a Wonder Woman. And if you are consistently are in a situation where you are just, it's difficult, and if it was anybody else, they wouldn't have been able to get through it, or other people would have thrown in the towel, and you are encouraging other people still, and you are smiling from ear to ear and still giving God praise, you are indeed a Wonder Woman, and that segment was dedicated to you for sure. Blessings upon blessing. There are many Wonder Women out there that don't get the props that they deserve. And I know, Sister Shireen, you're one of them. Yes, I know you're one of them. And my mommy is one of them. Mommy, you're a Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Whoop, 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 Wonder Woman. Yes, you are. know my mom's like, oh gosh. She sent me a message to when I was talking about the size of the kidney and size of the heart. She says the size of your heart and kidney varies to the individual depending on the size of your hand. And I was like, oh, okay. She's a retired nurse, so yes, whenever it comes to medical things, she's quick to talk and speak up and give her expertise on that. So thank you for that. It's interesting. Heart and kidney. The body is interesting. How does the heart and kidney know when to stop growing? And how does it keep growing? Like, is it like turtle? You know how turtles, they say if they're in their in a certain, they grow according to the habitat where they live at? It's quite fascinating. How does that happen even? Anyways, I could keep going into these rabbit holes. Johnny Watts, we're definitely gonna connect this week. I see you. Shout out to you. Now getting into something I said I was gonna get into 2 and 3 weeks ago, people, and every minute something comes and I forget or it doesn't happen, and it's for a reason, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it is. For those that use Facebook, do people realize and know? Did you hear? Did he hear that Facebook is changing its name? Mark Zuckerberg is changing the name of Facebook to Meta. Meta. M-E-T-A. Facebook is changing its name to Meta. They have a new name. Now, when I heard the name Meta, because I'm here at this radio station, I'm used to metadata. And you're thinking of, okay, that sounds like data and information. And, it sounds like you're just collecting information, wherein we already know the kind of trouble that Facebook has been in for the past year about, sharing information and gathering information, private information, and lurking people's privacy and all that stuff, right? But it actually is Meta, short for metaverse. So they say connection is evolving, and so are we. This is basically it. The first line they give is basically what it is. The metaverse is the next evolution of social connection. Our company's vision is to help bring the metaverse to life, so we are changing our name to reflect our commitment to this future. So if you want to go to Hong Kong, you can go to Hong Kong using the metaverse. What does that look like, people of the living God, children of the Most High? I have no idea. That to me sounds like virtual reality, where you put on the goggles and you're there. It's what they call evolution of social connection, because when I saw the video, he has an entire video, Mark Zuckerberg has an entire video about this on YouTube, and the video footage that I saw showing a lot of 3D stuff. So it's like you probably can get all of that. He's probably going to work with Google Play and all these other things, like how you have Google in your house and Siri and other things that are up in your house. You probably can get a link to that somehow. I don't know. But these powerhouse people that have money, them a plan something. And I feel like, some people are like, what's wrong with that? Okay, I mean, I would love to go to Hong Kong, Tokyo, even Japan, but not in that way. I want to physically go there. I feel that things like this Facebook already, social media already stunts the way people socialize. A lot of the young people that grown up, anybody that was born after 2005, they already have trouble communicating because they're so used to communicating. Those that are on their devices, they're so used to communicating through devices. Nobody communicates anymore by ringing the doorbell. Hi, can Natalie come out and play? Or so-and-so, oh, I'm going to go over to so-and-so's house, or I'm just going to talk to that individual, or, they don't socialize. And this way, people are going to stay at home and meet people through the metaverse. How in the world is that even normal? Like, how is that even normal? I don't know what that looks like. How I think of movies like I, Robot. I, Robot is with Will Smith. It's all about how the robots take over. You know, you have I Am Legend, not really. I Am Legend is more so what we're going through with the pandemic. But it also shows you what happens when you don't have real people around you. You kind of went, woohoo, kind of, And you have other movies like this metaverse thing. Oh gosh, I can't remember, but there's certain virtual reality stuff that it takes you away from what is real, you know? And this can't be a good thing, people. This cannot be a good thing. I have no idea what exactly it's going to look like or what their plans are, but I feel their plans are very near and close because they've done the name change right now. Meta. Facebook is Meta. Metaverse is what they want to do and create this thing. Now, let me show you how close it is. This is the other part of it, why I feel like, okay, there's a reason why I didn't bring it up from before. So, I'm going to read it to you because I was like, what does this mean? What is this? Barbados, first nation with an embassy in the metaverse. Do you hear what I'm saying to you, people? People of the Most High, living God. Barbados is the first nation with an embassy in the metaverse. This came out, I believe it was last week, this week that just passed. Barbados announced on Tuesday that it will be the first sovereign nation to host its embassy on the metaverse. What in the world does that look like? What does that look like? Barbados has entered into a relationship with Decentraland, a blockchain metaverse platform, in order to build a new project. The island nation issued a press release over the weekend, which states, Barbados Metaverse Embassy will be at the center of activities to advance the growth of stronger bilateral relationships with governments globally. It also says that e-consular services, okay? Services will be a core feature alongside with a virtual teleporter, which will be built in Barbados Metaverse Embassy, connecting all meta worlds as a gesture of diplomatic unification between technology platforms. People of the Most High living God, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? I'm like, is this for real? Barbados is the first metaverse. So, okay, for those of you that don't know Decentraland blockchain, that has to do with cryptocurrency. So when I saw this, because you've heard me talk about, if you're a regular on here, you've heard me bring up cryptocurrency in the beginning of the year. I talked about it, gave kind of insight into it and saying how it's not going anywhere. Although people have said, oh, that's not going to last. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you, this is proof that cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. They're bringing up Coinbase, Decentraland, a blockchain. These are all crypto stuff, cryptocurrency stuff. This is going to be the new currency. So my thinking is that Facebook now has entered cryptocurrency, metaverse. So probably what's going to be used you're going to use cryptocurrency to build this world that you want to live in, this virtual world. When I wrap my head around it, I'm like amazed at the thought process. How could anybody think that this is normal activity? Okay? This is for people who are, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm trying to think, who could it be for? I don't know. I really don't know. But one other thing to let you know about why cryptocurrency not going nowhere and where this metaverse and this digital stuff is really booming. Like it's really growing. It really is. There's so many things happening. Everybody's aware of the Staples Center. The Staples Center is the ever famous stadium where the Los Angeles Lakers play, the Los Angeles Clippers play, and also the Los Angeles Kings, the hockey team plays. Those other teams were basketball teams. This is the ever famous Staples Center. Well, they got their new name. Their new name, I was even shocked to see this. Their new name is Crypto.com Center. Crypto.com Center. When I saw that, I said, now this will confirm to everybody cryptocurrency not going anywhere. Get into cryptocurrency. I'm telling you, get into it somehow. It's not going anywhere. Crypto.com is a company that I just came to know about. I think it was this year, the beginning. I think it was January. I connected with them, and I started doing my thing on crypto.com, but I didn't know they were that big to sign a 20-year link with the LA Lakers and the LA Kings, like 20-year contract with them. Crypto.com Center. So no longer Staples Center, it's Crypto.com Center. Staples Center, I mean, I've known it as a Staples Center for so many decades. This is big. This is big. Getting back to Barbados, though, one thing before we get back into the music, and I have to look into this, but I see it. I see different articles on it. So earlier in the year, I did talk about, it was a couple months ago. I think it was announced back in August. Barbados on December 6th is going to be the first republic, Caribbean island. They're going to be the Republic of Barbados. They're breaking free from the monarch. I think they'll still be connected somehow. I think they said that, but they're going to be a Republic of Barbados. Okay, so that's one thing. Then they decide to get into this embassy metaverse thing. Okay, now I'm hearing that there are people advocating to take God out of the law books, take God out of the schools, similar to what they have right here in North America, in Canada and the US, where they took God out of the schools, the Lord's Prayer and all that stuff. They want to take God out of the law books and out of the schools in Barbados now. What is happening with Barbados? What's really going on? Barbados, let's chat, Let's talk real talk. What's happening? What is going on down there? Pray for the country, because I don't know what's going for 2022. I don't know what's happening, what they're planning to do, but I don't even think that's it. I think there's more stuff to come with Barbados. I don't know. I don't think it's the idea of the prime minister to for the latter part, like taking out God out of the law books and all that. I don't see her name in anything. I see all these advocates advocating for it. But I guess because they see that we're going to be a republic and they see that we're going to the metaverse, they now see that maybe we can't take God out of it because God no exists in the metaverse. God help us all. God help us all. My radical Riddimers, I see you all. I see you all. I see you all chatting, saying everything's wrong with it. DJ Analyst saying that. Sister Shireen, you say Truth Unedited on YouTube explains about the metaverse. Okay, yes. Sister Faye, you're right. Now they really won't leave their homes. It's true. They'll just stay at home, become a hermit, live hermit life and all that. My goodness. Let's get into the music. Let's hear some a song that I'm not really familiar with, but I know it's a track we could play here. King's Kid, He Go. Let's listen to that. It's an Afrobeat right here on SPRLIVEFM.com.
Music. Yeah, boy. It's King's Kid. He go do for you. He go do for you. He go do for you. Make you no worry. My brother make you no worry. Make you no worry. My sister make you no worry. Don't you ever feel sorry. Everybody gets their own stories. Long as you got God, you don't hammer. What they say about you, know they matter. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. Don't you worry, my brother. He go make everything better. Forever go praise my papa. From La Paz
Lapasu Ebute Meta. So don't you worry, my brother. He gon' make everything better. Forever I go praise my papa. From Lapasu Ebute Meta. Cause if you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. Just underrating the Father's love for you. You keep contemplating about all the things you do. My brother, don't give up. The Father cares for you. He did it for me, man. He surely do it for you. You're just underrating the Father's love for you. You keep contemplating about all the things you do. My brother, don't give up. The Father cares for you. He did it for me, man. Yeah. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you. If you do for me, he go do for you.
Here's your
Your praise everywhere.
I'm favored from my head to toe. I'm favored. Everybody know. Everywhere I go, I see nothing but favor. Everything I do, I see nothing but favor. Everywhere I go, I see nothing but favor. Everything I do, I see nothing but favor. Favor, see nothing but favor. Favor, I say my name is Favor. What's your name? 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 Favor. See, I'm counting my blessings too much I'm giving. You can call me a giver. Too much money I'm spending, yo. Try, not before me. This one a grace and favor. You can see I'm blessed, no. I change my name to favor. Try, I like it the way you do. Now you be the God where they do. Plus the things you do. They call me favor. I like it the way you do. Now you be the God where they do. Plus the things you do. For you call me favor. What's your name? 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 Favor. Favor every day.
somebody here today. The Lord will bless 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 somebody here today. That's what Jesus stands for. Jesus stands for. That's what Jesus stands for. Jesus stands for. Clap for Jesus, clap for Jesus, clap for him. Jump for Jesus, jump for Jesus, jump for him. From the rising of the sun till it's going down, your name must be praised. From the rising of the sun till it's going down, your name must be praised. Jesus, you are my Lord. In my life, you reign and rule forevermore. I am covered and washed with the blood, my Lord. No weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. The Lord will bless somebody here today. 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 That's what Jesus.
Ndosi ya kusua kwangu, ndosi ya marwazo angu, ndosi ya ndichitora mufaro ashe, ndosi ya urwere wangu, ndosi ya wonyati zangu, ndosi ya ndichitora mufaro ashe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. And you know Kumara. Yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. And you know Kumara. Yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Amen. I'm trading my sorrows. I'm trading my shame. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. I'm trading my sickness. I'm trading my pain. I'm laying it down for the joy of the Lord. And you know Kumara. Oh, and you know Kumara. Yeah, and you know Kumara. Oh, amen. Oh, and you know Kumara. Yeah, and you know Kumara. Yeah, and you know Kumara. Yeah, amen. We will agree on some things. If Jesus said victory is yours, you say. If Jesus says healing is yours, you say. If he says prosperity is yours, you say. Because what can see, what do you say? What do you say? Oh, what do you say? What do you say? Yeah, what do you say? Oh, what do you say? Oh, what do you say? Oh, what do you say? Mother never is on your way.
Jesus is the new wave. Still drop. Lord, I give you all the glory, glory, glory. And I give you all the honor, yeah. For everything that
feeling your fire burning my heart, oh. Don't need no extinguisher, I'm flaming for you, Lord. This kind of favor without no labor, nah, nah. You are my God, you are my everything. Lord, I give you all the glory, and I give you all the honor, and for everything that you do, yeah. I'm praise your name, I'm praise your name. You are my God and my owner. It's by your grace that I'm covered. Save gang to forever. Nah. Jehovah, you are my God and my owner. It's by your grace that I'm covered. Save gang to forever. Nah. Yeah. I'm feeling your fire burning my heart, oh. Don't need no extinguisher, I'm flaming for you, Lord. This kind of favor without no labor, nah. You are my God, you are my everything. Lord, I give you all the glory, and I give you all the honor, and for everything that you do, yeah. I'm praise your name, honor, praise your name. Way back, didn't know my life would be so beautiful. Didn't know my life would be so beautiful with you. But every year, Jesus, you've been there for me. And you did burn my heart with everything that you do. The thing that you do, 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 the thing that you do for me. The thing that you do, the thing that you do, the thing that you do, the thing that you do. Lord, I give you
Jerusalem, 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 Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is my home. Guide me, walk with me, do not leave me here. Jerusalem is my home. Guide me, walk with me, do not leave me here. My place is not here, my place is not here, my kingdom's not here, my kingdom's not here. Guide me, walk with me, my place is not here, my place is not here, my kingdom's not here, my kingdom's not here. Guide me, walk with me. Guide me, guide me, guide me. Do not leave me here. Guide me, guide me, Jesus, yes. Guide me, do not leave me here.
My Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Gilandoloze, Muhambenami, Zunangishilana. Dawayami, Ayikolana, Usawami, Awukolana, Gilandoloze.
Jerusalem is my home. Guide me, walk with me, do not leave me here. place is not here. My place is not here. My kingdom's not here. My kingdom's not here. God me. Walk with me.
My Savior, yes.
God me. God me.
Jesus, yes.
My place is not here. My kingdom is not here. It's not here. It is not here. Jerusalem, Jerusalem. That is Nigel Lewis of Jerusalem featuring Timeless. I think it's Jerusalem. Or is it Jerusalem? Is that a typo? I don't think so. At any rate. And we heard from, I had to give you some Afrobeat, people. We have a dedicated listener that hasn't been connected to us for a while, but he's been listening. He's one of our longest listeners, Brother Aubrey Gardner from the New York area and I think Queens, New York. And he hasn't been listening for a while. Keep him in your prayers. He always requested Afro beats, and I just felt to play some today, a whole segment on that. Usually mix it up and play, some Afrobeat here and there. DJ Anna's not in the metaverse. Oh gosh. Woo! Yes, I think that's gonna be a running joke. Yes, so keep him in your prayers. Keep him in your prayers. You don't have to know what it is. Just keep in your prayers. Remember, my Radical Riddimers, you know who's regulars in here. If we don't see our regulars come in, you know what? Hail them up. Keep them in your prayer if we don't see them for a while. Boy, time is running. I have to give a joke because in the chat, if you weren't listening, if you're just listening and you never tune in to the chat on our YouTube channel, Streaming Praise Radio, subscribe always. We have the Radical Riddimers chatting in there. And the time always runs by and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the time. It's 5 o'clock already. And so Sister Shireen, as soon as she came in, she was like, please, I don't want, the time needs to slow down. And then Sister Faye said, but the time went back last week. I had to laugh. I'm like, that's a good one. We did get an extra hour, but technically, it was still only 2 hours, but it was just funny how she said it. But that's what happens in the Radical Riddimers. They're in there chatting and, bigging up one another and whatnot. And now Sister Faye said, y'all, it's almost 5 p.m. Yeah. And Sister Shireen, chaw. Yeah, I know we miss Brother Aubrey. I know. When one is gone, we not feel good about ourselves. We wonder. And, just keep him in your prayer. Keep him in your prayers. And what was I going to say? Yes. So organ donation, organ transplant. We had our big event yesterday. You can catch it again on our YouTube channel. It's always going to be there. The second annual event. We're making this annual. We're raising funds. So if you have not given yet, this is a good cause. Canadian Transplant Association. This is for the after. This is for when people have already received their transplant. The whole thing is not over yet. They still need to live and they are still on medication and all that stuff. So a lot of things have to be paid for. They're a part of different, they help people and provide for them in different ways. So we're raising funds for that. So you can give on our website, donate, go to SPRLIVEFM.com, hit the donate tab and donate through there. Or alternatively, if you have a Canadian bank account, so you may not live in Canada, but if you live in Canada, you automatically have a Canadian bank account. But if you don't live in Canada, as long as you have a Canadian bank account, you can send us an e-transfer, ETF, and transfer funds to info@streamingpraiseradio.com, info@streamingpraiseradio.com. No amount is too big and no amount is too small. Give, and you have up until this Saturday, November 27th, to give. We've opened it for the entire week. My time is up, people. My time is up. As always, I love you guys. You know, semi-tired. When we can't, what you don't know this about me, but when I'm tired, I chat, and I go through rabbit holes, and I just let my mouth keep talking, and that's what happened today. Even though some people said, oh, it was so informative, like some parts of it. I'm like, okay, well, that's good. That's really good. But I love my Radical Riddimers. Bless you guys. Have an awesome week. Bless you, Brother Benji. Have an awesome week as well. Praying for you, and you rest up. God is with you and strengthening you. Y'all, I'm leaving you with this song. Johnny, dance up. Brother Benji, that's not next time. This is a different song that we're going to end with. Sean Daniel, Waving Ting, right here, SPRLIVEFM.com, Radical Riddimz. Have a blessed week.
Some people here in this country don't believe waving come from God. Say they believe this thing is unholy. It started in carnival. So I tell them, read your Bible, check Leviticus, or ask your grandmother when she come in the church with the white kerchief and she wave it in the air and she giving a wave offering. Who started the waving thing? We started the waving thing. We started the waving thing. Boy, we started the waving thing. We started the waving. Wave something. We started the waving. Wave anything. We started the waving. Wave to the king. We started the waving. I know you have your opinion, a personal conviction. Hey, some people holding on to religion. Yeah, they're stifling the spirit, man. She wave it in the air and she giving a wave offering, yeah, wave offering, and she singing. Who started the waving thing? Who started the waving thing? We started the waving thing. We started the waving, boy. We started the waving thing. Sing again. We started the waving thing. Come again. We started the waving thing. We started the waving. Some think it was Iowa. He wasn't the order. Super blue, boy, don't let them fool you. Read Exodus 29, read Leviticus 10, read in the Gospels. Read it up, hey! We started the waving thing. We started the waving thing. We started the waving thing. Come again, we started the waving. We started the waving thing. We started the waving thing. Christian, we started it. We started the waving. God tell Moses to start waving the sacrifices. The enemy started using it for his own vices. They use it to party and behave slack. In Jesus' name, we taking it back. Oh, sing the chant, sing the chant. Oh, every nation, every nation. Oh, and we giving a wave offering, praise offering, yeah. Come on, everybody. Sing the thing, we started the waving thing. We started the waving. Come again, sing again. Everybody, sing it up, yeah.
This is Spiritual Nourishment,
the best Bible study on radio.
I'm Bishop Eric Sloss.
Big, proud,